Naveen Iyer. How often have you seen a man wearing flashy clothing and he is stereotyped as being gay? Or a woman plays sports and she is stereotyped as being a lesbian? The understanding and perception of homosexuality in the general public is due to the portrayal of gays in the media, specifically image media, television, and movies, over the past 40 years. The media has put stereotypes of homosexuals into our minds for years, but in recent years, media has created more diversity within the homosexual culture. TV shows and movies have had many more gay characters in recent years. For the most part, gay characters have had many different roles and portrayals in current media. This, coupled with many gay rights movements in the past decade, has led to more widespread acceptance and understanding of homosexuals. First, I will explain how significant TV and movies are to affecting our perceptions on people. Second, I will provide a brief history of homosexuals in the media. Lastly, I will highlight certain shows that have gay characters in current television. Television is an essential part of media in America, and the general public's attitudes towards demographics can be sculpted by television and movie characters. According to Tara Sarkar on WordPress, the way certain people are portrayed, in this case homosexuals, can affect our image of them, as well as our opinions. At a young age, this can happen subconsciously because children and young teens rely on media culture for most of their opinions, and most of their outlooks on the world are from outside sources. According to our textbook, the cultivation theory states that based on what we see in the media, opinions and perceptions will cultivate in our mind. And media has an agenda-setting theory as well. And that is, whatever we watch in the media can influence our opinions on issues. And TV shows can show a very distorted image of what the real world is, and give us, especially preteens and young teens, a skewed message about the world. For example, reality TV is very far from actually being real. Homosexual representation in television and movies has had a roller coaster of a history. There was almost no representation of gay or lesbian characters in mainstream television prior to 1970, and this rarity continued until the 90s. The show Soap ran from 1977 to 1981. This was one of the only shows with gay characters represented at the time. Jodi Dallas, played by Billy Crystal, was one of the first gay characters to appear on television on Soap, leading to controversy for the show and for Billy Crystal, because this was when being gay was very rare, especially compared to how frequent people are gay now. And the first, according to Jacob Appleton on To Be Frank magazine, in the first episode, Jodi is seen to be dressing up in women's clothes, singing Broadway songs. This implies that gay men are effeminate and narcissistic, putting stereotypes of them into the public's mind. The show also contained many demeaning words, such as sissy, homo, pansy, and Tinkerbell, which reinforce more negative perceptions of gays in an already predominant heterosexual society. However, attitudes towards homosexuals began to shift in the late 90s, and more shows started having gay characters. According to Austin Rowe from Georgia State University, the number of shows with leading or recurring gay characters has varied from 16 in the 1997-1998 television season to 29 in the 2001-2001 season. Will and Grace began in the early 2000s and was one of the first shows that had a dominant gay character. This had two gay male lead characters that had opposite personalities, and this show created the most common stereotypes of homosexual males that we, in our generation, grew up with. While the first show with gay characters had the same characteristics, modern shows have given us a wide array of roles that have gay characters. This has led to more understanding of homosexual culture. For example, Modern Family, Glee, Empire, Game of Thrones, and Real O'Neals are some shows that have gay leads. Here you can see the Real O'Neals. One of the main characters is gay, and he's like a high school student. And then in Game of Thrones, two leads are in a gay relationship. Right here shows a diverse set of roles, from a high school character to Game of Thrones characters. So instead of like showing that gay characters have one stereotype, they just have different roles and the characters happen to be gay. Another example of a gay character in modern TV is Jamal from Empire. who's an African American music star. Again, a very diverse role. So having diverse roles in modern television makes homosexuals more equal to heterosexuals, rather than having one role. In conclusion, television is one of the world's primary ways of communication which influences the public's opinion of demographics. At first, television and movies gave us stereotypes to attach to the homosexual culture, creating one perception of gays. But now, along with the advancement of gay rights, of course, the legalization of marriage across the country, there is a more diverse set of characteristics, and they are viewed as part of the society. By depicting homosexuals as equal to their heterosexual counterparts, the media can start to spark the equality of the future.